Hi, welcome back. So today's video is more like a travel vlog, but of course focused on food because that is what my channel is all about. Healthy eating, exploring food and books and cooking. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about a trip that my family and I recently took. We went to California. We flew into San Francisco, SFO airport, and then we drove down to Half Moon Bay, California, which is about 35 minutes south of San Francisco. And this is where we stayed for the first half of our trip. During the day, we traveled north up to San Francisco where we explored the city. We did get to enjoy going to the aquarium. It is a smaller aquarium. It is really fun to walk through. And then we also went over the Golden Gate Bridge up into John Muir Woods where we were able to see beautiful redwood, the giant redwood trees. And let me tell you, they really put you in awe, really just reveal God's glory. And if you haven't seen the giant redwoods yet, or even the giant sequoias, I really encourage you to put that on your bucket list. So after we spent some time in San Francisco, we explored the city. We drove east to Yosemite National Park, Yosemite Valley, which is up into the mountains. That's about an hour and a half drive to get to the valley where they have all of the, what I would say is a lot of the main attractions to going to Yosemite, like Tunnel View and Bridal Veil Falls, Curry Village, and then several of the beaches that are along the Merced River. Now, while we were in California, my goal was to take a photo of all of our meals, and I also wanted to share our grocery hauls. We had 2 grocery deliveries because we did stay at Airbnbs, and I like to do that so that we can cook most of our meals, which saves us money but also helps us eat a little bit healthier. Of course, with being so busy with traveling and having fun, and there's a lot of details that go into planning a really big trip like this, so I did end up forgetting to take photos of most of our meals, and I forgot to record our second grocery haul. So, but I figured I'd still share what I was able to capture. Now, I did write a blog post last summer about traveling and trying to eat healthy and still pursue a healthy lifestyle while you're traveling. And then I also do talk about enjoying the unique foods in the area that you are visiting. Really think that it's important to experience the culture in many ways, and food is just one way that we can really enjoy the culture around us when we're visiting a new place. So we definitely did that on this trip. I will put a link to my blog post from last summer where we traveled to St. Louis. You can read all about those tips on healthy eating while traveling. But I also want to show you what we were able to do here and what new foods we were able to experience that are unique to the California area. When I do go to get groceries at Airbnbs while traveling, my goal is to provide healthy meals for my family, but also want to keep it simple because most of our day is going to be out and about, or when we're back at the Airbnb, just trying to really relax and rest up before our next adventure. So I am not doing a lot of intense cooking where it takes more time. I am focusing on doing simple and easier yet still healthy meals. So one tip that I do want to give you that's newer to me that a friend told me about and we put to good use. To help with your travel grocery planning and grocery shopping, put a grocery order in before you arrive to your Airbnb. So for us, we did this 2 times while on our trip and also right before we got home. We put a grocery order in the evening while we were still traveling to California, and the groceries arrived between 7 and 8 a.m. the next morning. That way we had our groceries set and ready to go that first morning when we needed to make breakfast. We did the same thing for our second Airbnb, also did it for our first morning home after traveling, and it was so helpful to have fresh milk, fresh bread, everything we needed for our time at home after traveling. That way I didn't have to rush off to the grocery store right away, which was a huge time saver and stress saver. It is Sunday morning and we're in California today. And I do live in Illinois, so we are on vacation. We're staying in an Airbnb. And I did some grocery order that I put in last night and came early today. So it's 7 a.m. here, which sounds early, but it's like 9 o'clock where we live. So, but anyways, I want to show you what we have. We're going to be gone for a week. I did get a bag of their bagels from the bakery. So let's see what's in here. It's like an assortment of flavors. So we like bagels. For milk, I got oat milk. I like to put that in my coffee. And I also got just regular 1% milk. And then as far as some other foods here, I did get some mac and cheese and chicken tenders for one of our dinners. I'll just make some baked chicken tenders and serve it with some broccoli. I accidentally grabbed 2 dozen eggs. We're not really going to be able to eat all of those before we make it over to Yosemite National Park later this week, but I'm sure we'll use a lot of them. And then I got contact cases. I had a fun mishap. Always happens, right? Whenever you travel. My sunscreen exploded all over my toiletry bag, so my contact case was covered in sunscreen. Got some Ziploc bags just for traveling. And packing snacks. Got some Cheerios and some of this Cinnamon Harvest Kashi cereal for an easy breakfast. And some mozzarella cheese. Some butter spread. It's the butter spread that's made with olive oil. That's my favorite. And then I got, for some snacky stuff, I got some Tate's chocolate chip cookies. They're like a crunchy cookie. Some of these oatmeal crumble strawberry bars. Those just look like they'd be good for hikes, to bring those with. Some microwave popcorn. We have a tradition where we like to make popcorn when we're staying out of town. Well, when we're chilling out at the Airbnb or hotel, we'll just have some popcorn. It's usually at home. I use my air popper, but these are just really fun when we're traveling. I also got a loaf of just regular whole wheat honey bread. My son prefers that kind of bread, so I needed to buy some of that for him. And then I also got, for a fun snack, some cheddar popcorn. And then I got some homestyle waffles. Just, my kids love waffles, and so that will be a nice easy breakfast as well. And Go-Gurts. These I usually only buy when we're on a trip. Just another fun snacky food. I also got strawberries, 2 pounds of strawberries, clementines, bananas, carrots, and then for an easy dinner I got some pizzas, pepperoni and supreme pizza. So that will be for one easy dinner for one night this week. And then of course I had to get s'mores stuff, so we have a fire pit in the backyard here, so we're going to do s'mores for fun. Got myself some dark chocolate with almonds, something I eat pretty much every day. And then lastly, big old thing of spinach. They ran out of the small size, so I was like, well, I'd rather have this big thing instead of no spinach. So one of the well-known restaurants that we visited in California was In-N-Out Burger, and my husband and I had been there before on previous trips to California, but we wanted to make sure we were able to fit in a stop or two at In-N-Out Burger with our kids, and it did not disappoint. The food is so delicious and satisfying and fun. I have no regrets eating at In-N-Out Burger, even though it is fast food. Hey, we got to enjoy some of these special things once in a while. And so we got cheeseburgers and french fries, and we shared some chocolate shakes together, and it was delicious. After grocery shopping, I was able to cook my favorite breakfast. Most mornings I like to eat eggs with spinach and some kind of whole grain bread. It was fun to mix it up a little and have bagels at breakfast during the trip. For one of our home cooked meals at the Airbnb, I did make a mac and cheese, easy mac and cheese from a box with some baked chicken tenders that were not breaded but just baked in the oven, and some broccoli. One of my favorite meals out was at the Bog Harbor in downtown San Francisco. And this restaurant overlooked the ocean. You could see Alcatraz in the background, which was really cool. And I was so excited to order clam chowder in a sourdough bread bowl. They have these all over at so many restaurants, but it was a lot of fun to try. It was delicious. I really enjoyed it. We did walk around the city just to see what was around. We ended up going to a fun arcade called Musée Mécanique, and we played arcade games, and a lot of them were old, vintage, very interesting and fun. We also went down to Ghirardelli, and we shared, all 5 of us shared a hot fudge sundae. It was just the right size for all of us. After having eaten a large lunch, it was the perfect amount. For breakfast one morning on our way out of Half Moon Bay driving to Yosemite National Park area, we ended up going to Johnny's Half Moon Bay, which is a diner. I did end up ordering Johnny's Chilaquiles, which was a Mexican-inspired breakfast dish. Had tortilla chips on the bottom with radish, eggs, avocado. It was really good, a lot of flavor. There was some cheese in there too, so that was fun to try. During our time at Yosemite National Park, we did end up eating 2 meals at Curry Village. By the time you drive all the way up into the valley, you really don't want to have to drive out just to get lunch and come back. So we ended up getting, one day we did get tacos. I did not get a photo of that, but they were pretty good. And then the next day when we came back, we ended up getting pizzas and salad for dinner. So it was actually really cool to be eating pizza and salad while you have this amazing view of the valley. You will see giant trees, sequoias. It's just so beautiful. Of course, mountains in the background. So I was sure to get a picture of that. And one of our other meals that we cooked at our second Airbnb was tostadas, and we cooked up some ground beef and put some spinach and salsa on top, along with some cheese and avocado, and just served it with some baby carrots or some fruit on the side. I didn't really get the best photo of this, but we stayed at a hotel our last night before flying back home, and we had driven back to San Francisco to fly home. There was just more options for which time of flight you wanted. And the last dinner I bought there was from Nick the Greek, and my husband got a gyro and I got a delicious salad with grilled chicken, and then we all shared some pita with hummus. It was really good. So some other ways that you can ensure you're eating as healthy as you can while traveling. I have a couple of things to mention here. One is to plan on eating meals at your Airbnb, your hotel, if you have a little kitchenette or even a fridge. This saves a ton of money compared to eating all 3 meals out. And also you're able to buy a lot of your favorite healthy foods, things that you're familiar with, that you know how to cook, and just allows you to also meal plan a little bit. Now when you do eat out, you can always opt to try and eat healthier options, choosing foods that are baked, grilled, or roasted instead of breaded and fried, choosing to have a vegetable as a side instead of French fries, going easy on sauces, so avoiding a lot of heavy creamy sauces that just add a lot of calories to your meal. You can also choose smaller portions or opt to buy things that you can share with your family or friends, whoever you're traveling with. We do this a lot with dessert. We won't buy a serving for everyone. We buy 1 or 2 desserts and we split it, and it ends up being plenty. You can also choose to opt for healthier low-calorie drinks, water, ice water with lemon. These are your best options, and then of course when you're having coffee or tea, just trying not to add a lot of extra calories with sugar or heavy milks or creams. Also, you can replace things like soda pop and sweetened tea with unsweetened tea, or just water, or a sparkling water. With all of that being said, I do encourage you to try some special meals that they give you an experience, a cultural experience from the area you're traveling to. I think it's very special. also just enjoying a dessert here and there. I think those things are part of a healthy, balanced lifestyle, right? We're not always eating perfect, which, by the way, eating perfect doesn't really exist, but just eating a balanced diet, and you're going to have mostly healthy foods fitting in dessert or a special meal here and there. I believe that is part of eating healthy too. Lastly, make sure you're being active, and actually research shows that people tend to be more active when they are traveling. So use that to your benefit. Get out there, go on a hike, go on a walk, a bike ride. You can rent bikes usually in the city, canoe, whatever it is you enjoy doing, swimming. I mean, all of these things add physical activity to your days throughout traveling. Thanks for watching my video, and stay tuned for more to come.